Well, folks, Jon Jones claims he's coming back. He's back in the USADA testing pool after a few weeks. Also, Conor McGregor has teased his return, probably for the 10th time. These two men can't let go of MMA, but they very much should let go of the cocaine. However, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get straight into it. But before we get into the first segment of this video, folks, I would just like to say, if you wouldn't mind going down below and subscribing to my personal channel, the Finn Woods channel. It's not currently active. It's got one video on it. However, I'm looking to get back into creating content over there very soon. But secondly, and most importantly, if you wouldn't mind going down to the description and subscribing to my good friend Stan Morris. Now, Stan is on a journey to the UFC. He's documenting every single day of this journey, and I've been following him since his third or fourth day. We then met up out in Phuket, Thailand, and genuinely, he is like the friend I hold closest to, like, my personal values, you know. I think if I could just meet 5 more people that share the same fucking brainwaves as him and I, then I'd be set for life, you know. But he's definitely a friend for life, and I just want to support his journey all the way. He recently competed in a pro sports grappling tournament out in Wales. He travelled there, he drove from his hometown out to Wales and competed, and he took home the bronze and the silver. Obviously, he's not even a year into his journey, and he's winning, or almost winning, jiu-jitsu tournaments, and everyone he lost to ended up winning their own bracket, you know. So he's definitely improving, he's excelling. He's got a good build for fighting, and he's literally one of the hardest workers I've ever met. Like, I literally wake up in the morning, not want to go and train and think, fuck, but Stan will be fucking training. And that's what gets me out of bed. So if you don't mind going down below, subscribing to him, you know, I think his brother's getting into creating content now as well, and he's truly like a fucking legendary human being. I'm going to stop sucking his dick now and just get on with the video, but if you guys wouldn't mind going down below, I'm just proud of him. Like, it's just literally like just fucking brotherly love type shit, you know. It's just when I seen him like getting the fucking medals, I was just like, yes boy, get fucking, just fucking let's go. But anyway, go down there, subscribe to him, but let's talk about Jon Jones and Conor McGregor, what they've been saying lately. If you guys don't know, Donald Trump was at a rally and he said, look folks, we're going to hold a UFC event at the White House, mark my words on there, we've got a lot of land at the White House. And I thought to myself, this will actually happen. You know, we had the Sphere, the Las Vegas Sphere, but now we will have the White House. And I believe Trump will just be like, yeah, just use the land, man, it's free. So obviously they're going to have to work out the logistics in Washington and how that's going to work. Now, in my personal opinion, you do not have a title fight at this event. I think it should be a pay-per-view event. However, you just have really fun, creative matchups. Maybe do it like 4th of July next year. It falls on a Saturday. I'm thinking a Conor McGregor headliner if he wants to come back for that, as he said he would. He said he wants to become the president of Ireland and then compete in the White House as the president. Like, that would be just fucking nuts. Again, what the fuck is that outside? I am waiting for a delivery. Oh, the bin men. I am waiting for a delivery where my father is anyway, so I've got to keep an eye out for that. So, let's talk about McGregor. The guy's never fucking fighting again. Like, he says, oh, I need to find something to motivate me to... The guy's done it all, and it's one of those things, if I was thinking, fuck, I'd love to fight at the moment, right? I would love to compete all the time, fight all the time. And if I was to become a world champ and be the most famous ever, sitting and watching pay-per-view events every fucking month, like McGregor does, he comments on all the pay-per-views, he comments on all the events, sitting and watching them every single month and just thinking, like, I'm never going to compete again. I've got no desire to do this even anymore. Like, it's just nuts. Like, Dustin Poirier, he's been through wars, he hasn't gotten the belt, I think he knows that, you know, he's not going to quite reach the belt, and he just doesn't want to do this anymore. He's got money. And I don't believe there'll be any part of him that sits there and just thinks, fuck, I want to be back in there. Where with McGregor, I'm sat there like, he must know, because he's intelligent, he must know he's not hardly been training. He's out partying all the time. He was just partying in Dublin for 50 Cent's birthday 2 days ago. The guy he's intelligent enough to know he needs a tune-up. And even when he come back to fight Cerrone, we seen in his documentary, he didn't want to jump right back in there with a big fight. You know, he needed that tune-up. And I think a bit of a gimmicky event at the White House, McGregor versus Chandler. I'm thinking just do a 6-fight card. Just 6 fights. You do banging fights in the top 15, like really fun, really fucking good fights, and then you have McGregor Chandler at the top of the bill. Jon Jones wants to come back as well, apparently. Oh, he commented on a photograph of Aspinall asleep, being like, I like the look of this. Probably because he was face down and his arse was exposed for clear entrance. That's probably what it was. However, The man is fucking gone. Ignore Jon Jones. Just fuck off. Shoo. Get out of town. Conor McGregor brings something to the table. Conor McGregor will sell a minimum of 1 million pay-per-views. Jones doesn't do that. I don't like how we speak about Jon Jones in the same bracket as McGregor. It's like, Jones doesn't sell pay-per-views. No one gives a fuck about watching a Jon Jones fight. Jon Jones doesn't finish people. Jon Jones has never had an Ilia Topuria moment. You know, Ilia's knocked out 3 of the greatest people to ever compete in mixed martial arts, one fight after another. Yes, they're slightly older, maybe slightly all past their primes a little bit. You know, maybe not on the best streak at that point. However, Ilia has still got the accolade. He's still done it. Right place, right time. This guy is the next superstar that we should be elevating. And, you know, now he's saying he wants to come and fight Paddy Pimblett and all this type. Good. Build the sport. The sport is back. Thank God. Jon Jones isn't coming back. The guy's gay. Like, he's not coming back. He's going to go sit and suck off a few blokes in Thailand again. Or maybe just America, meet his family. Like, I've made videos on the recent traffic incident. The guy's evil. The guy, funny enough, Stan Morris, the guy I was literally glazing at the start of this video, commented on my video being like, evil. Literally he's just evil. Like, he's just a horrible individual. And I think holding an event at the White House is a great idea. You know, American independence, 4th of July next year. That's probably the smartest way to do it, as it falls on a Saturday. However, they might just be like, new Netflix deal, Trump's in office, let's just do it. So, fuck, I don't know. The thing is, I think you don't do a title fight on that. I think if you want McGregor top of the bill, White House, McGregor's retirement fight, you know, he's become the president of Ireland. He won't, but let's say he somehow becomes the president of Ireland. A lot of stipulations have to fall in place for that to happen. He becomes the president of Ireland. His retirement fight, he fights in the American presidential location, ties everything together, completes the story type thing. You know, that's it. See you later. And I can hear him on the mic already. I've got to be honest, I just wanted to get back in the win column. I'm going to go to bare knuckle. I just wanted to be in the win column. Just getting back in the win column in the UFC, saying, I'm out of here. Like, they're just fucking, I can't do the fucking southern accent at all. Like, if you give me a minute, I could, but I'm not going to sit and do it on here. But it's sad, but you have to remember, folks, the McGregor era was 10 years ago. The guy's 37. His actual birthday's on the same day as my sister's, so every time my sister turns, like, she's turning 19, every time she grows up a bit, I'm like, fuck, McGregor's getting older as well. I remember we sat there cutting our cake one time, just looking at the cake thinking, fuck, Conor McGregor's older today as well. Not good. But, as I said, folks, I want him to come back. And I don't believe Jon Jones is going to come back first and foremost. I think he's only doing this because he's literally retired. And within 3-4 days, everyone has stopped talking about him. And Aspinall's being pushed by the press. Aspinall interviews are being posted, podcasts. And now he's like, what the fuck? I think he expected his retirement to be like, no, please don't fucking retire. But his retirement, as do most of the community, became a fucking relief. It was literally the feeling of, oh, thank God he's gone. I was ecstatic. You guys seen me that one morning when I made the video. Yes! I was absolutely buzzing he was gone. He was just relief. Just the cloud that was over the UFC is gone. And McGregor's not really in the UFC's spotlight anymore, you know. He did an hour-long interview with Tucker Carlson a few months back, 2-3 months ago. And he didn't speak about fighting or the UFC one time in that interview. It was all political, all lifestyle talk. It was nothing to do with... And then I was like, okay, he's kind of smart enough to remove himself. And if an opportunity comes up where he can dip his toe back in while being the main guy, he will. And I don't think it's that McGregor doesn't want to be active and compete. I think he worries about his own motivation. He's aware of that. But also, he understands the level of martial arts is just... Guys... It's been a decade of the sport evolving. And in a brand new sport like MMA, it's evolved very quickly, you know, in the last 10 years. I've been watching for about, I'd say 12 years. I think I've been watching MMA since I've been about 9-10 years old. I'm almost 21. Oh, Jesus. So, that just says it all, really, you know. And obviously, myself wants to compete in the sport and get to a high level as a martial artist. and obviously open my own gym potentially one day. Like, I'm actually going away to study business and train full time very shortly, in a few months. So there's a lot of big things on the horizon, but I just want to sit back and think. Right across from me right now, I've got a personal signed thing from Conor McGregor. I got it for Christmas, maybe in 2016, before he fought Floyd Mayweather. And my mum and dad bought me it, and I was sat there like, this is the coolest present ever. And it's sat on my desk like ever since. Like, it's come with me. Like, I moved out, I got my own flat at one point. It was on the wall above my bed. Like, and take women back, and they're looking at like, what's that? I'm like, focus on me, please. But the man's a fucking legend. He's not even in the same category as Jon Jones. Yeah, he's not coming back. Jones isn't coming back. I just wanted to say this, folks. My reaction to the White House thing is I think it's a fucking good idea. Get some energy and life back in the sport. It's not even a gimmick, because I know the UFC would do it right. And I think the card shouldn't be a 10-fight card. It should be a 6-fight card, just 6 fights. You pay to watch 6 incredible fights with McGregor's final fight at the top of the bill. McGregor should renegotiate 1-fight deal. Give up some pay-per-view rights, let the UFC keep a bit of money, and then he can fuck off and run bare knuckle, be a president, and compete and adjust his competition, and maybe compete in some boxing, and he knows how much he's worth, but he also knows he's not there anymore. And guys, he's almost 40, and it's not, Floyd Mayweather would consistently train and party and go to the but he was such a crafty vet. McGregor's not that crafty veteran. He's not even a one-trick pony. He has his way he likes to do things, and he won't ever deter from that. Like, he's never going to shoot a double leg or go for an ankle pick or if he's losing on the feet, shoot a unless he's hurt like we've seen with Diaz. But he's just not there anymore. He's travelling around on his yacht. He's one guy that no matter what the fuck he does, and this is why I kind of understand some Jon Jones fans, he's one guy that no matter what the fuck he does, I just still have to sit back and go, but he's a fucking legend. And he hasn't earned the right to do anything illegal or anything fucking diabolical or evil the way Jones does. But he's earned the right in my mind to... If Conor McGregor wants to come back and headline a card against some can, it will benefit the sport, and I would fucking watch it. I would buy it. That's the thing, like... I buy every single fucking pay-per-view anyway. I'm a little gimp like that. But look, folks, I'm going to fucking leave it at that. As I said, go subscribe to myself and Stan Marsh in the description down below. Chasing our dreams every single day. But that's my thoughts and opinions on the whole White House thing. Cheers, boys.